Hello everybody. With my extreme persuasion, I have tried to make an incursion into your brains with my ideas, and I am hopeful that I have been successful in doing so. So, without wasting further any sort of time, I just start with today's word. The first word for today is composure. Composure. Composure means mental calmness, self possession, tranquility. Now, it is just how you keep your mind in a situation of difficulty or when you are faced with some trouble. That is called composure. For example, Isabel lost her composure during a speech and forgot the words in her speech, which led her to running off the stage embarrassed. One more example, even the latest work crisis failed to shake her composure. You all must be familiar with the word tranquilizers. Whenever a wild animal goes out of control, tranquilizer injections are shot to the animal to make it tranquil. It just makes the animal unconscious. Okay. Next word is compound. Compound. Compound means combine, constitute. In the terms of interest, compound interest is a specific type of interest. So to pay interest is also called compound. It also means increase. Example, when I mixed together sodium and chloride, I got a compound salt. The present developments just compounded the political situation in the country. Next word is comprehensive. Comprehensive. Comprehensive means thorough, inclusive, including all the important points about a matter. Example, this book provides a comprehensive review of verbal and math skills for the SAT exam. Next word is compress. Compress. Compress means close, squeeze, contract, or shrink. Example, she compressed the package under her arm. Lily compresses her lips as she thinked. Next word is comprise. Comprise. Comprise means include, consist of. Example, in the District of Columbia were to be granted a statehood, the United States of America would comprise 51 states, not just 50. One more example, the new city park will comprise several open areas for sporting activities. Next word is compromise. Compromise. Compromise means adjust, endanger the interests or reputation of. Example, your presence at the scene of the dispute compromises our claim to neutrality in this matter. You should never have to compromise your morals in order to get a friend. One more example, the two groups agreed on a compromise proposal that satisfied their concerns. Next word is compunction. Compunctation. Compunction means remorse, a feeling of deep regret or guilt for a wrong committed. Example: the judge was especially severe in his sentencing because he felt that the criminal had shown no compunction for his heinous crime. Actually, most of the heinous crimes are committed by individuals suffering from some psychopathic disease, and due to that illness, they don't feel compunction towards their wrongdoing. One more example: Robin Hood had no compunction about robbing from greedy and corrupt noblemen. Napoleon seemed to have no compunction against leaving his troops to die in Russia. Next word is compute. Compute. Compute means reckon. Reckon. It means to establish by counting or calculation. Compute also means calculate. Example: he failed to compute the interest, so his bank balance was not accurate. One more example: my computation shows that the cheaper materials does not save money in the long run because you have to buy replacements in short intervals of time. Next word is concatenate. Concatenate. Concatenate means link as in a chain. Example: it is difficult to understand how these events could concatenate as they did without outside assistance. One more example: the idea of global warming concatenates scientific concerns with overuse of resources. Next word is concave. Concave. Concave means hollow, sunken. Sunken means having a curve inside. Example: they found partial shelter from the storm by huddling against the concave wall of the cliff. Actually, in deserts, when there is a storm, you have to look for a rock which can provide you shelter from the storm. Then you look for a concave wall of the cliff or a rock. Next uses his glasses have a concave lens. Actually, problems of eyes are corrected by either using a concave lens or convex lens based on whether you are suffering from myopia or hypermetropia. Next word is concede. Concede. Concede means admit, grant, give something, or yield. Example: despite all the evidence Monica had assembled, Mark refused to concede that she was right. One more example: the horse took an early lead in the race that it never conceded. Means it never granted that lead to other horses. One more example: I was forced to concede because I realized that my argument was in fact based on incorrect information. Next word is conceit. Conceit. Conceit means whimsical idea, extravagant, metaphor. Lacking restraint in spending or using resources is called extravagant, and metaphor means a thing regarded as representative or symbolic of something else, especially something abstract and away from one's perception. Example: conceit is having too high an opinion of yourself. Conceit is actually a kind of feeling of superiorism, seeing others with scorn as if they are inferior to you. One more example: certain she was the best dressed of the attendees. She regarded the others with an air of conceit. Next word is concentric. Concentric, concentric, means having a common center. Those who have studied geometry will easily figure out what do we mean by concentric circles, having a common center but different radius. Example: the target was made of concentric circles. One more example: the garden was planted in concentric circles of color, a circle of marigold for the outer ring, white petunias for the middle ring, and yellow daisies for the center. All these three are breeds of flower. Next word is conception. Conception. Conception means beginning, forming of an idea. Example: at the first conception of the work, he was consulted. Next example: abortive, abortion advocates insist that life begins at conception. Next word is concerted. Concerted. Concerted means mutually agreed on, done together. Example: the Girl Scouts in the troop made a concerted effort to raise funds for their annual outing and emitted a concerted sigh when their leader announced that they had reached their goal. One more example: I made a concerted effort to be patient with the talkative assistant. Next word is concession. Concession. Concession means an act of yielding. It is actually obtained from the word concede, which means to admit or grant. So concession means an act of yielding. Example: before they could reach an agreement, both sides had to make certain concessions. Next example: if you don't make a concession, you will never resolve the issue. Next word is conciliatory. Conciliatory. Conciliatory means reconciling. Reconciling means restoring friendly relations between. It also means soothing. We can use this word conciliatory like this: India tried to establish conciliatory sorry India tried to develop friendly relations with its neighbor Pakistan by its constant conciliatory efforts. She will she was still angry despite his conciliatory words. One more example: rather than further irritating the angry customer, The waitress made a conciliatory offer to provide a free dessert. Next word is concise. Concise. Concise means brief and compact. Terse. Terse. It also means brief and compact. Example: when you define a new word, be concise. The shorter the definition, the easier it is to remember. Next example: my manager told me to write a concise report of the incident so that she could read it quickly and easily. Next example: although both students essentially said the same thing, Kevin's speech was rambling, lengthy, and confused or inconsequential, and while Evans was well organized and concise. Next word is conclave. Conclave. Conclave means private meeting. Private meeting example: he was present at all their conclaves as an official observer. Political conclaves are held during the time of elections. One more example: we held a family conclave to discuss how we could help the flood victims. Next word is conclusive. Conclusive. Conclusive means decisive, ending all debate. Example: when the stolen books turned up in John's locker, we finally had conclusive evidence of the identity of the mysterious thief. Means everything was clear, no need of further investigation. Next word is concoct. Concoct. Concoct means prepare by combining, make up in concert. Example: how did the inventive chef ever concoct such a strange dish? She managed to concoct a sentence using the required word. She concocted the meal from the leftover. Next word is concomitant. Concomitant. Concomitant means that which accompanies. Example: culture is not always a concomitant of wealth. The patient receives a concomitant treatment of drugs and physical therapy. A treatment that accompanies drugs and physical therapy. Actually, in the treatment of patients, generally more than one method is implemented. Example, okay, next word. Concord, Concord. Concord means harmony. Example, council meetings rarely ended in concord. The opposite word of concord is discord. Next word is concur. Concur. It means agree. Example: did you concur with the decision of the court, or did you find it unfair? Next example: since we all concur, the company picnic will be scheduled for the last Friday of July. Next word is concurrent. Concurrent. Concurrent means happening at the same time. Example: the building of the new bridge was concurrent with the widening of the road. Next example: in America, the colonists were resisting the demands of the mother country. At the concurrent moment in France, the middle class was sowing the seeds of rebellion. Next word is condescend. Condescend means bestow, courtesies with a superior air. Now, bestow we have read earlier. It means confer or present, grant some title or some special rights to a person. Example of condescend is elderly people are often condescended to as people immediately assume that they are too old and senile to know what's going on. Means elderly people are seen as a mature personality because of their age. So they are often condescended, treated with a superior air, with respect in the society. Next word is condign. Condign. Condign means adequate, deservedly severe. It is actually used in relation to punishment, sentence given by a judge. Example: the public approved the condign punishment for the crime. The judge issued a condign sentence for his heinous crime. Next word is condiments. Condiments. Condiments means seasonings, spices. Example: Spanish food is full of condiments. My hamburger didn't have any condiments, so I asked for some ketchup and mustard. Next word is condole. Condole. Condole means express sympathetic sorrow, to feel sympathy with someone. Example: his friends gathered to condole with him over his loss. I called Jackson to pay my condolences after his mother's death. Next word is condone. Condone. Condone means overlook, forgive, give tacit approval, or excuse. Example: how can the teachers condone such bad behavior? One more example: he did not know if he should condone her remarks or criticize them. Next word is conducive. Conducive. Conducive means helpful, contributive. Example: rest and proper diet are conducive to good health. Quiet places are conducive to studying. Nutritious diet is conducive to healthy body or to build a healthy body. Next word is conduit. Conduit. Conduit means aqueduct, passageway for fluids. Actually, in aqueduct, aqua is used for water. So aqueduct means a duct which carries water. So conduit means passageway for fluids. Example: water was brought to the army in the desert by an improvised conduit from the adjoining mountain. Next example: the conduit is helpful or helped the criminal escape from the jail cell quickly and quietly. You must be familiar with this if you have watched movies where prisoners escape the jail. Next word is confident. CONFIDANT. Confident means trusted friend. Example, he had no confidence with whom he could discuss his problems at home. My close confidant knew all of my secrets. Next word is confiscate. CONFICATE. Confiscate means seize, commandeer. Confiscate means to have something snatched forcibly from your possession. Example, the army confiscated all available supplies of uranium. Or I can use it like this also. I had my radio confiscated by the prison guards. Police confiscated my video collection. Next word is conflagration. Conflagration means great fire. Now in this word conflagration, pay attention to the word FLA and elaborate it as flame. So conflagration means surrounded by flames, great flames. Actually, conflagration is a situation which occurs in Australia every 3 years when the temperature rises so high that forests catches fire. So those fires are happening on such a large area and scale that it is very difficult to control them. All the houses are surrounded by tall flames of fire, and we call such fires as conflagration. Example, in the conflagration that followed the 1906 earthquake, much of San Francisco was destroyed. One more example, there was a conflagration near my house. I saw a conflagration on TV yesterday. Okay, so this was the last word for today. Thank you.